card readings for anyone in the chat bar this morning, plus an overall general reading as well. Today is the 26th of January 2022. I am an intuitive counselor or psychic reader. I channel messages through. I've had interaction with interdimensional beings, extraterrestrials all my life. And so now the gifts are like coming forward. It's really interesting actually, because I was really reviewing my reality the last few days and thinking how much experiences I've had over all of these years, and all of them been pretty much kept to myself, or if I did actually said, much of them to anyone else, then, it would be poo-pooed or whatever. And now realizing how all of these pieces of the puzzle have come together, bringing me to this live, all these messages that I'm sending out on my YouTubes. If you go on my YouTube, it's Bobbie the Messenger. I have many inspirational videos there as well as channel messages. My website is www.codes-to-a-new-reality. If you want to go visit that, heaps of information, heaps. And I just keep on bringing through all my art, all my music abilities, anything that I can to share this stuff out that I'm getting from my guidance to help you guys pull through this amazing shift, amazing awakening that the whole earth is going, that whole of humanity on earth is going through. So really excited now that I finally get to the point in my life where I'm not this frail little person that everybody thinks is going a little crazy, into, stepping out and being my authentic self and not being afraid anymore. And then all of the pieces of the puzzles of all those that information, those messages coming through that I can gift to you guys. Really excited. So I'm going to go first of all through what I channeled through for this week for humanity. It was pretty big, to tell you the honest truth. I'm going to just throw my glasses on because everything's a bit of a blur otherwise. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Samak. Good morning, JC Pirates from Facebook. Good morning, Chris from Facebook. Suzette from YouTube. Ryan from Facebook. Really good to see you guys here this morning. So I will be doing, after this general reading, I will be doing some quick readings for anyone who wants them in the chat bar. But let's get into the general vibration of what I was feeling. I have this incredible music. It's very powerful. I should really share it with you guys. You might be able to tap in with it as well. It's it just brings me into this space of allowing myself to be powerful enough and connect. And this morning I decided to put it on and really tap into humanity and where they are, not just for Australia, but for everyone all over the world. And it was really powerful. It was so powerful this morning that it brought tears to my eyes. But it was really simple in how I'm going to explain it, because there wasn't a lot to it. It was this energy that was coming through with it that made me more emotional out of, I don't know, it was a beautiful feeling. It wasn't a yucky feeling. It was a beautiful feeling, but very overwhelming. So what they showed me, what I saw, was a little small girl and a massive, huge door. It was all black around her, just completely black. And there was these kind of like gremlin beings in the background that were narky and pushy and very annoying. And they weren't close to her, but she could hear them. She knew that they were behind her. And then this massive door, it was way huge, just opened a crack. And when that crack happened, all this light shot through to her, and she was blinded. She was literally blinded. And I was feeling then humanity, when they open this intuitive, imaginative doorway into something totally different, totally opposite to what they're used to. It would be almost blinding for them. And that in itself, the power in that was scary, because they couldn't see through it. They couldn't understand it. It was literally jumping into the unknown. It was that kind of feeling was happening with her. And they said that that's exactly where humanity is at the moment. The crack of this door has just opened. This light just poured through and blinded her and scared her. So there was this fear. But then she turned around and heard the grimly kind of a yucky feeling from behind her, knew what that was, knew what that was going to lead her to, and knew that she had been there before and she didn't want to go back. So she just stood there in this doorway, like one of those, they showed me one of those rabbits that have the light shone on them, and they just freeze. That was the feeling that I have with humanity at the moment. It's like the consciousness is just like, oh my God, the power that is beyond that door is huge and very overwhelming for a lot of people. But then they showed me the getting used to the light, getting used to it, and how they showed me was these kind of like rainbow sparks of color coming through the light, and then with that spark coming through, or that rainbow flecks coming through, she was like curious. It became a curiosity. So because she was curious, the light became easier to be able to handle, and the door opened a little bit more and more light came through. And then she was like, oh my God. So this is what's happening at the moment. It's like the crack is opening and then letting humanity get used to it, and then opens a little bit more, and that lets humanity get used to it and a little bit more, and it just keeps doing this. And the curiosity is driving us through into this new frequencies that we're not being used to. And then the thing that overwhelmed me was they showed me in the near future, this door is going to open quite a bit. And when that happens, they show me a lot of people behind her, just lots and lots and lots of people behind her. And then there was almost this rush because they trusted her and they trusted themselves. They learned to trust themselves. And there was this overwhelming rush of all these beings just pouring through this door, just deciding we've had enough, and they pour through the door. And that made me cry. So that was pretty overwhelming this morning when I was tapping into the collective. So where we're at right now is the door has just opened and the light has just shone through, and there's this kind of stark rabbit, like a rabbit, just what the is that feeling about it. So I'm going to pull some cards for general as well, and then I'm going to do some quick card readings for anyone in the chat bar. Hey Amy, hey free speech, hey Anna from Facebook, hey Annika from Facebook, Brad Wolf from Facebook, Bernadette, awesome, Sumac, yeah, Ryan from Facebook. So lots of people from both actually, Facebook and YouTube this morning. Okay, let's pull some cards for the general, and then we will get into some quick card readings for you guys as well. For the general. Oh, coming through upside down. That's interesting. Reversals are funny. I always say to myself, I don't read reversals, but I actually do in the end. Oh my God. And everything is funny because the cards were upright when I'm pulling them, but everything came in the reverse. And that could be because of that feeling that I had with that little girl that's like, what's going on? You know, that the light's coming through and the, oh my God, it's because, you know, humanity almost has this fear of their own power, of where they're going. So the cards that I pulled was the Lovers in reverse, Experience in reverse, and the Rebel in reverse. So for me, the Lovers in reverse is it's almost like, instead of looking outside yourself for love, for that gap to be filled, it's definitely asking you to look in you and bring that love back to you. Who are you? Are you loving yourself enough? Are you self-respecting who you are? Are you supporting everything that you say and do, even if other people are saying, I don't agree with that, and come back nasty and try to manipulate you and make you feel guilty? Are you saying, no, I stand in my truth, I know who I am, and I deserve to be treated in respect? That sort of support. Are you loving who you are? Are you stepping into new experiences? Are you stepping into new experiences and gifts that are coming your way, and trying them out, and not listening to other people telling you how to what to do and what's the right thing to do anymore? You're literally listening to your authentic self. I'm just channeling this through and I'm realizing it's matching the cards. And you're listening to your authentic self. You're becoming true to who you are in your nature. Are you doing that? I know, you know, we might take one step forward and one step back sometimes, and we try these things out. But when we do look back and we know where we've come from, we know that story, we know where it goes, and it doesn't lead us in a very nice place. Are we starting to turn it into us, like literally seeing all of the love that we sent out, bringing it back to us and saying, I deserve just as much love as I send out. I deserve just as much love brought back into my heart, so I can support who I am and stand in my authentic power, so that I can handle the next step. Because you could be that little child that was standing in front of that doorway. You could be representing that for all of those that are coming after you. And to be that little child, you have to stand in your innocence and support who you are and say, no, I know who I am. I'm going to be the rebel child. I'm going to be the one that says no. If you've ever seen a child that's a very young kid, like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old, and they stand in their power, it's just an awe to watch. Like, I've seen little Samoan boy that was like, no, this is how it goes. And he was only 2 and he couldn't speak. But when everyone around him was laughing, but everyone was in awe of him as well. It was like, oh my God, this boy has some power behind him. You know, it was just brought in like that. And you respect that. You, even for a 2-year-old, you will respect it. You could laugh at it because you see in him what you're not respecting in yourself, right? But deep down, they were all respecting his power of who he was. So really cool. Hi, Tony. Hey, Matthew. Yes, so I think I already said Matthew's from YouTube. Brad. Yeah, I think I've said most of everybody on this chat bar so far. Yep. Very cool, very cool. So that's the feeling that I'm getting at the moment. I'm going to pull a couple of angel cards for the general as well. And yeah, then we'll get into who wants a reading. So, angel cards for general. It's very exciting what's coming. It's scary and exciting all at the same time. The unknown will always have a scary element to it because our logical brain likes to know exactly what's going on. It's our intuitive mind that is the exploring, curious child that wants to try something new. Okay, Okay, that's interesting. So this week too, soulmates might find people that you are meeting at the moment are pretty much in your soul family. Because it came out lovers with the other card, and here we've got soulmates for the angel cards and listening. So you may end up finding you're tripping up over people that you resonate with. Watch that you don't bring your fears in from past relationships and stuff, and haven't just listen, because they could have key aspects to who you are that you didn't find, you would never have found without them coming into your reality. So really listening to any new people that come into your life at the moment, just sitting down and trusting the next steps with them. So that's interesting for the collective, because you're going to gain much power. So we've got soulmate, we've got listening, and we've got power from that. So through just listening to someone else that comes into your reality that you feel a connection with, you will find a sense of power that you didn't have that piece of the puzzle before. So we each have pieces of the puzzle, right? And when we're stepping into our authentic self, who we really truly are, when we do resonate with other people, then we need to be open enough to listen to them. We don't know it all, and I know that. Because you've gone through so much, you might feel like you know it all, but you don't. So that's why it's important to have those listening ears on when you hear somebody. Really learn to be in present moment with them. And it doesn't matter if you agree straight away or not with them. Just be open and say, this is coming in my reality for a reason. I'm prepared to just be open. And that's a power in itself. It doesn't mean that in the end you agree with everything that everyone says. It just means that you might learn something up from that for yourself to empower you. Okay. Hey, Kylie. Hi, Anna. Hey, Dennis. Right. So Anna's from Facebook. Kylie's from Facebook. Dennis from YouTube. Zal's from YouTube. Free speech from YouTube. Okay. Who would like to have I open it up to the chat bar. Who would like for me to give them a quick card reading? So anyone from now, if you just say yes or no, I'll just wait. So if you've said yes before, you might have to say yes again. Sorry. Okay, message. So we have Rain, and then Bernadette. Rain, AJ, Ivy, from Facebook. Rain. Okay, I just get. Oh, I want to do an animal card too. No, telling me Osho. Okay, Rain. Too many. Just one or two cards for Rain. Rain. I'm kind of feeling from you, Rain, that there might be moments where you've got emotional. Just ride with that. Don't worry about it too much. Emotions come and go. They come and go. You never guess what just popped out. The sorrow card. I already tapped into that before. Okay, so everyone gets emotional. Don't get down on yourself when you get emotional. Purge it. Just let it go. Just go, you know what? I'm giving myself 20 minutes to be emotional. Who cares? Go in your room and bawl your eyes out. Do whatever you need to do. So the first card that you got was everything in God's creation is perfect. I'm not religious, by the way, but I like some of these messages on these cards. If we don't see our own perfection, it's because the lies in our story keep us from seeing the truth. The truth is that every human is born perfect because only perfection exists. So it's only through our self-doubt, a feeling that we're not worthy enough, that sort of feeling, that we see ourselves as imperfect, but we're all worthy, and we're all worthy of having emotions as well. So that's where that sorrow card comes in. Just let it happen, let it flow. When you're purging things from the past, and that, it's really amazing now because the energy is helping us purge. That once you clear it, and then you'll get, maybe a message will come through after that. You get to the stage where you just let it go. And when you let it go, there's a message that will come through. And that message usually is like a key to, this is why you felt that way. It generally has nothing to do with other people. It has to do with how you feel about who you are, and what you're lacking and what you're not supporting within yourself. So with that, they're telling me new possibilities are going to come. So then you're going to see life in a different way. And when you see life in a different way, when the issues come back up again for you that you would have normally cried about, you're not even going to have a reaction to, because you cleared it and you see the support that you lacked in yourself. Now you're giving back to yourself. So that's for you, Rain. Okay, who else have we got here? So Bernadette, I'm going to choose animal cards for you. Bernadette from Facebook, she is. Bernadette. And then we'll do Matthew from YouTube. So Bernadette. I feel a lot lighter with you. You're stepping into that. That's cool. I like that. Is there any more messages for Bernadette? Any more messages for Bernadette? Oh, a whole heap fell out. I hate it when that happens because I'm like, I'm only doing quick readings. Okay, Bernadette. It's kind of I'll just read them very quickly over. I'm not going to read everything that's on these cards. So the first card that poured out, and funnily that whole heap poured out after this, because this card is this is the shamanic animal deck, right? But this is the only card that says personal choice. It's literally asking you to choose who you want to be, what you want to tap into, where do you want to go next, what's your exciting space, that sort of feeling. You're in a place, a very nice place within your heart to be able to make a choice. But then all these other cards came out. So we had Polar Bear Mystic, Cat Independence, Raven Shaman, Sea Turtle Protection, and then so it was more to do with you've got all these choices. You could choose to be the mystic. You could choose to be more independent. You could choose to be the shaman of reality. You could choose to protect others. You could choose to invite new possibilities, to be assertive, to really take on what you want, really be who you want to be, preserve what you want to do, make it so. It's really weird message then. It's like they show me whatever. Oh, I see what they're saying. So it's like, whatever you want to do, you just choose. And then they're asking you they show me a jar that was preserve it it will last a long time once you make these new decisions and you step into it. So really just don't take your time with it. Don't rush or anything like that. Play around a little bit with a few things and see where you want to go with them. Don't rush. But then once you've made your decision, it will last a long time who you choose to be. Put some music on and then imagine yourself being the most powerful being you could ever be, and then choose where you want to step into. There is a message that I just uploaded yesterday, but I put it unmonetary on my website. So I might bring that forward in the future, because that has, there's some key elements to that message for this. But I'm not going to share everything to everybody just yet, because it's some messages need to be. I need to integrate them before I share them completely out to everybody. But it was to do with making choice in a place that you can go within your mind that helps you. But anyway, we'll go into that maybe later. Okay, kind of getting off subject there. So Bernadette, Matthew. Card for Matthew. And the dice. I'll do some dice too. Okay. Matthew, you got belong to your own dream, create your own life. So you're stepping into, this door opening, right? You know, the collective door, that light shining at us, literally asking us to reinvent ourselves into what we like to be, who we want to be. So I do see with you too, there's like definitely people coming together for you too, Matthew. I don't know, I feel like I've said this to you before, but there's a collective that's coming around you. And it's helping you step into new things. You've got 3 and 6. You could even have some travel. Like sometimes travel in a way, like 5 can represent traveling, but 5 can also, for me, represent, this is numerology, not tarot based. 5 can also represent an inner journey, an inner self of where you're wanting to go next. So there's definitely, the collective message was definitely for you, Matthew, because you're meeting people, plus you're opening that door to making a new decision for yourself of who you want to be seen at. Really, like another good way to see who you want to be seen at for the world is to take those people that you admire and say, I like that bit about them, that bit about them, that bit about them. And then you decide, well, you know, why not I step into that? There's a reason why you love that about them, right? It's because you feel it's resonating with you and in a love way and who you are. So that's cool too. Who else have we got here? I know that people are saying I love a card from way up, so I'm just going to jump in and just choose because there's a lot of people here. Amy Mako from YouTube. So Amy, let's pick it, and then I'll do a same messages. Really cool though. Amy. Oh, Amy, you got some really pretty cards. I like your cards. Okay, so Amy, this is your message for this week. You have unicorn, infinite possibilities. I'll read this out to you. You are the sovereign of you are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to your spirit, the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become into the legendary. So it goes with that general reading, right, of opening the crack of that door. And the next card that you got is creativity. So asking you to step into being your creative side. Try something new. Like I'm literally seeing you trying something different, and just exploring. And it doesn't matter if you fail or if you don't. And also the next card that you got out was tuning in. So sit in with the core of yourself See, another thing that they're telling me is recreating yourself again. It's the same message. This is the thing when we all get together as light workers, right? We end up having typically the same message coming through, but I'll try to get a little bit more broader with the messages as well. Okay, so let's go for JC Pirates, GC, sorry, Pirates, and then I'll see Kylie. These are from Facebook. GC Pirates, quick reading for you. GC Pirates. I hope you had a wonderful holiday with your kids too. Went on holiday with his children. Okay. There's only one thing that moves and transforms everything. The force that moves the stars is the same force that moves the atoms in the body. The force is always present and obvious for me to see, but I cannot see it when my attention is focused on lies. So the force is obviously love. It moves everything. We create what we want. We create what we want when we come from love. We create what we don't want when we come from fear. And manifesting anything, we're creating, but if we are always manifesting our life because we're creating our life all the time. But it's looking at the emotions that we begin with. Are we creating through a worry, through a fear, through concern, through doubt? Then we're going to create what we don't want. When we create through love, through wanting to better us, like be a better person for ourselves, just because we want to support ourselves through support of reality and asking for new gifts and all that sort of stuff. When we're creating from love, we create what we want. So that's a really big message for you, GC. Kylie from Facebook as well, and then I'll do a YouTube person too after this. So Kylie from Facebook, Kylie South Davidson, Kylie. Shit. Okay. So why are these cards? All of these cards are coming out upside down. Really interesting. I'm going to turn the pack around. See what happens next. Kylie Davidson. Kylie. Ooh, crikey. Okay, Kylie. So you got sharing in reverse, harmony in reverse. So, okay, what I'm feeling is that you're a natural born giver. Sometimes we have to bring that sharing back into ourselves to find harmony within ourselves. Sometimes it's okay to say, this is from me. And then we have the dream, which to me is an illusion card. It is like sitting down. Now, in the past, with past energy, when we have illusions that we're reaching for, that are dreams that we never feel like we can actually reach, in the past, that would be seen as, silly and foolish. And it is foolish if you don't want to go do the work. But when we dream and say that we're ready to do the work, like say, for instance, we dream that we want to be a very powerful person in our life and learn to create our life as we want and give to ourselves and all that. When we step into that, all of a sudden, issues will come up, people will come up that will reflect what you were blocking in yourself, so for you to reach that dream. So it's not foolish anymore, because now you're realizing, if I dream big, I still have to go through what I've been blocking myself to get there. And then it takes you to the card of beyond illusion, which is stepping into way more of who you are. They show me that third eye just opening up, like. So first of all, bring your energy back to yourself. Then dream big, but allow for the lessons to come in. And then you will experience this opening up for yourself. Now, I know that's a lot for 1 week, right? But sometimes they're telling me to share, like for some reason this week, it seems to be a bigger energy week. It's like that first crack of that door that was opening for that little child to see beyond. And when we're opening something like that, it is a big week. It's like we're stepping into, it's scary, and we're stepping into some unknown territory, but it's literally taking us to these next steps. So sometimes the week might seem like these are things that you're going to need to focus on for the rest of the year, but it's needed to be brought forward in the week that we are right now. So I'm just going with the flow. Hey, Campbell from Auto Detective. Good to see you here. I'm going to do someone from YouTube who wants a reading for YouTube, and a more card reading, Dennis. For sure. Sorry, my throat got a little scratchy there. So also just thinking, Kylie, are you speaking up enough for yourself as well? Because my throat just went. I'll take a glass of water. Okay, so Dennis Davies from YouTube. Dennis. Whole heap of cards popped out. Why when I only want 1 or 2? Okay, I'll just quickly go over these. So you've got the Moose card for wisdom, Oracle Whale for adventure. Sorry, I'm not holding them up very long, am I? Oracle card for adventure, Dragonfly for magic, and a Goose for inner knowing. Okay, so allowing yourself to explore your wisdom is going to bring in a new adventure this week. They're saying the adventure is literally seeing who you are. There's a transformation that's taking place with the dragon magic. Sorry, all you can see is the top of my head. That's not very good. It's going to bring you into inner wisdom. Okay, I'm just going to tap into this a little bit more. Dennis. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that you're tripping up over some information, and that information is going to lead you to more transformation for yourself. Then you can share it out to others and become more vocal within yourself and the community that is residing around you. It's literally, I can see the shakiness about you stepping out because there's in the past there's been people that have put you down and made you feel small about you being different, but they're asking you to take a step into bravery. The transformation will help anyway, because when you start to transform, the shakiness will fall away as well. So that's your cards for this week. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, at the Fed Shed. Wow. Who else wants to have a reading from YouTube? Because I've done quite a few from Facebook. Just say yup, and then I will do that for you. Thanks, Kylie. Kylie says thanks. Hi, Liz C. So many beautiful people on board. Thank you. Dennis is above me. Hello, hello, hello. Who else have I done? Yes, Zal. Right. Zal. Card for Zal. I'm going to go into Usher and then I'll do the angel cards for Zal. Oh, I love that when they just fling out. Ooh, Zal. This is cool for you. Oh, and that one just popped out too. Oh my God. Okay, Zal, this is full on for you this week. This week you've got the intensity card. Intensity card means that you are just going to go forward with who you are. You're not going to worry about things anymore. Now, with intensity comes ripples, right? It's like when a drip drops into a pond and ripples will fall out. And those ripples of your intensity could affect other people that are around you. But you have this courage. You have the courage to be able to say, you know what, I'm just going to be me. And I don't care about how it affects other people, because your vibration, they're showing me your vibration is literally going to shift a lot of people. And however you choose to do this. So really step into your power this week, because it's going to make a difference. It's going to make a big difference. So that's for you, Zal. Kim Miller from YouTube. And then we might do another Facebook if you want. I just wanted to even it out a bit between Facebook and YouTube, and I thought I was focusing on the Facebook people too much, that's all. So Kim Miller. Free speech warrior. I just love listening to all the readings. Kim Miller. Yeah, well, if any of these single readings resonate with you, absolutely, that you're very welcome, Elias. Yeah, take that on as your own as well. Kim Miller. Okay, shifting. I'll just take one more angel card for you too. Okay, Kim. So there's something coming up for you in, like, this is the card of morality. Card of morality is shifting through inside your mind what is as relevant for you to believe in and what is not relevant for you to believe in. Just because a majority believes in something does not mean it is for you to believe in. And it's taking your truth back for who you are and saying that this is my decision to step into believing what I need, and with that, they're saying that you're going to be studying a fair bit about this choice that you make of who you decide, what you decide to believe in. That you might actually start looking up a lot of things and go, you know what, I'm going to look into this. So it's this card came in reverso, but it is going to lead you to a step that may not be the master of who you are, but it is the step that the next step will take you into mastering of who you are. So there's sometimes before we literally find out the truth of anything, we go through things that aren't so true, to then move into understanding more. And that's where that study comes in, and it's vital to your next moves into who you're turning into, because you're becoming the master of your own reality. And it's vital for you to go through, whether you find out later on that needs to fall away. But it's kind of like they show me steps, and the truth of the first step you step on is the truth. It's absolutely in that moment the truth. But then it leads you to a different truth, and then you look down at the truth that you saw before and you go, it's not the truth for me anymore. And it's not that you want to poo-poo that, because it brought you to the step, right? It brought you to the next step and the next step and the next step. So it's all valid for the journey and the adventure that you're going on. And it's so really feel into what you feel is right for you in this moment. Study up about it, get as much information, and trust the journey. Trust the journey is going to take you into mastery of yourself. So that's for you. Okay, so who else have we got here? Oh, now that I've said next few cards is only for YouTube, it's like all of my Facebook just dropped off. I didn't mean that to happen. Okay, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm definitely going to read for Facebook as well if they pop back on. So let's see, who else have we got here? Paul Casadina. Castinanda. I'm thinking me means that you want a card. Okay, Paul, that fell out. Okay, the first card you got was nature, Paul. So they're really asking you to step out into nature and connect again, because if you forget, if you don't embrace nature as well. I should have this card myself, because I tend to sit in four walls and do all my beautiful channeling videos and stuff and forget about stepping outside into nature sometimes. But in nature there's a lot more vibrations in nature, a lot more vibrations that can come to you to gift you even more information. And because we got the nature card, I'll pick out an animal card for you too, because, hello, nature. Okay, and that just flew out as well, so that's cool. Heron, patience, create a place in nature. I love it when this happens. So that was your card, and I'll just quickly read that for you, tiny writing. Create a place in nature, nature's stillness, and be renewed. Didn't I just say that? Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. It's exactly what I just said. There's new vibrations. That's what I was feeling into. It's like every flower, every blade of grass, everything, there's new vibrations within those, in nature, even in the smallest of places, that is literally going to open up new doorways for you of understanding more. So that's cool. Okay, how long have we been going for? 48 minutes. We'll do a few more. Virtual hug. Thank you, Elise. Nature it is, Paul says. There you go. Well, you couldn't have got more, precise message. That was really precise, right? Okay. Much gratitude. Very cool. Thank you, guys, for all of your beautiful words. If you go back to the beginning of this video too, there is a general overview message that's happening for this week, and it's very powerful this week. It literally made me cry. So, well, it did. Only because of the power and the intensity that's coming through. There's so many shifts. It's all about, in the end, a united front for light workers, and then it just bleeds into the population, a united front, because they recognize that within themselves. When light workers step into unity for themselves and trusting each other, humanity will literally see that and remember, oh, OMG, I remember now who I am and the powerfulness of myself. That's how we wake up. wake them up by becoming more of authentically us and shining and guiding and shining our light of who we're going, how we're moving through these intense energies that are firing out at us at the moment. But it's even the next couple of months, a lot more of the old program is going to break away. We're going to see a lot more of truths coming out, just constant bombardment. And if someone's not being for real, if someone's trying to deceive or overpower another, their truths are literally going to shine out just as much as the love messages of the light workers. So it's going to be very, very obvious. There's still going to be those that don't want to see it because they've literally put all of their personality and who they are into the program, and it's pulling them into such a vibration that they can't acknowledge in themselves that they are more than the program. But eventually, not everyone's going to pull through, but eventually those that are meant to will pull through, and they will be like that tight rubber band that, that flings right over the other side, and they become extremely, extremely powerful. So there is huge shifts happening. I constantly get March. March is going to be a big awakening for those in the truth coming out. So really interesting there. I love you. Yeah, thanks, Sumac. I love your message is so inspiring. Suzette, love this. I will never do that again. I said I was going to do some YouTube readings, and then all of my Facebook people just fell away. It was really interesting. So I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that I wasn't going to ever do Facebook again. So it was just for that moment. But that's interesting how that happened. We've got to be careful with what we say, right? Oh, Bernadette's still there for Facebook. That's great. Okay, free speech, beautiful. Yeah. So very empowering at the moment for everyone that has stepped into their authentic self and just taking it forward and becoming that. See yourself as that innocent child stepping into the light, like I said at the beginning of the message. Oh, they are still here. But Jennifer's still here. Jennifer's still here. Anna's still here. Oh, I love you guys. I am so grateful for this beautiful community that's starting to pour through. It's fun and I love it so much. Hey, Sasha. You just went so quiet. I thought you'd all disappeared completely. Okay. Love you guys so much. And I'm so happy to be part of this community. We are in this together, right? We are shifting ourselves from the inside out, and we are shifting everything outside of us as well. So until next time, I will be here next week. Love yous. Big hugs. Bye.